Taylor, Christian Johnson, your column scripts for the rest of the day. My mock draft busted.
Same.
Terribly.
I mean, really, mine was busted. Mine was busted after the first pick.
I told y'all Baker was going first.
Dog, man,
But a surprise pick. I was really surprised to see the Browns take Denzel Ward at 4 still.
That's a very,
But besides those picks, because we covered those already, another surprise was the Buffalo Bills trading up to take Josh Allen.
Not too much of a surprise.
Yeah, because we know they needed a quarterback. And with a guy like Josh Allen, you get a guy who has a strong arm. You got Kelvin Benjamin there, receiver. Like I said, it's a long draft, 7th round.
Yeah,
a running back somewhere in the second. You can never forget something like, LaShawn McCoy, but a guy behind him possibly, because LaShawn is kind of getting up there.
Switch up.
But really, if you look at the landscape of how the draft has broken down and has fallen into place, I really feel like Josh Allen might have still been there when it was time for them to pick.
Oh yeah.
But and it's the thing that with the Browns getting Baker Mayfield messing the whole draft up, I think everybody's kind of in a flurry in the war room saying, man, this guy just fell here. And now teams that originally may have wanted a guy on their board goes for him. This other guy falls. And now you got teams like the Redskins taking Deron Payne. The Minka Fitzpatrick falling to the Dolphins.
Vita going to the Buccaneers. Like, that was a steal for them.
And that's good for the first round. So, it's been crazy. Nothing that no one had really expected. Just it's a flurry of picks, and then we kind of get into the next 5. You got the Chargers coming up, the Seahawks, the Cowboys. You got the Lions. Look who's still out there: Derwin James, Calvin Ridley. A lot of good other players that's still on the back end who we expect to still be there.
There's still a lot of playmakers that are still left on the board. They may not have been maybe the most coveted and most talented players coming into the draft, but these are the players in these picks now who are the playmakers who will probably make the biggest plays this year.
I want to get into the Buffalo Bills. Tremaine Edmonds, a guy with a lot of upside.
But he's raw. He's raw. He's
almost comparable to
prospect.
Roquan. We know Roquan is definitely the best, but a raw guy like him, young, only 19 years old. He played very, very well in college. And so what do we know they're getting in a guy like Tremaine Edmonds at linebacker?
High motor.
Big, strong, physical guy. Young. Turns 20 on May 2nd.
For a long time because he's young.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy. Like I said, he makes a lot of plays behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I think that'll be good for him going into the league.
Right.
Being a rookie, you won't be as strong as some players.
Right.
But if you can get some plays behind the line of scrimmage, you can for sure make a name for yourself in this league.
And one thing that is underestimated is proximity. Yeah. He's going somewhere where it's relatively close to where he played college ball.
Yeah.
So
the comfortability of him being at
stability,
home.
family members could come by.
That's true.
So I really feel like he was put in a good situation. The Bills defense is already have a pretty solid defense. Yeah. So they're just adding another playmaker who can disrupt plays in the backfield.
I want to go back up to the 14 pick, Sire. We know something like the New Orleans Saints. A lot of people were making Lamar Jackson to the Saints. They traded up, and they got a guy. They got Marcus Davenport, defensive end. They can use a pass rush. What happens with Lamar Jackson now?
I mean, it's still so early in the first round, man. I mean, he could fall. But honestly, bro, to me, I never was expecting him to go in the first round because they were doubting him from the jump coming out of college. Even though he's a Heisman winner and the statistics are good the last 2 years, almost identical, they want to transition him to a wide receiver. So I feel like he'll slip late first round, early second round, man.
Is he a gem for somebody?
Right situation, right team, man.
Cincinnati.
Maybe, man. I mean, you have to get an offensive coordinator who believes in RPOs and who will give the guy a chance. The guys that they're saying, the Patriots, and these others, I don't think they'll give him a chance really at quarterback. So hopefully he goes to the Panthers, or you can go to the Cowboys. I mean, in the second or third round, a running RPO team though. Somebody that's gonna get you some reps, man. But I don't know, man. We'll see though.
We got the Seattle Seahawks coming up at 18. The Legion of Boom is sort of no more. They're trying to get away from it. We heard Sans Earl Thomas, possibly a second-round pick to the Cowboys. We don't know yet. They need a cornerback. They could use one.
Yeah, and Jair Alexander is still on the board.
Josh Jackson's still on the board.
And he's a great playmaking corner from
Quarterback
Louisville.
out of Iowa,
Yeah.
Justin Jackson.
Yeah, Josh Jackson's still on one of the
Still
fastest
out
corners
there.
in the draft.
Yeah, so there's still a lot of talented defensive players in this
Yeah.
draft. They really just have to find, like Derwin James just came off the board to the Chargers.
James goes to the Chargers.
Like that's a big move for them.
And sorry, what are we getting with Derwin James? A safety that can play in the box, a guy that can cover. The Chargers can use it on defense, considering that they lost a lot of their games in the fourth quarter. So does this make their defense that much better?
Yeah, he really do make the defense better. You get somebody that could cover, that really can make these plays, stick with the receiver, fast feet, slow feet, don't eat. He can really make these big plays. And
I like that.
I like that. Slow feet don't eat it.
Yeah, so they get a really rangy guy. I like Derwin. I told Bruce a lot, man. I want Derwin James to go to the boys.
I don't like the fact
Two
that
picks away.
Two picks away. It was close. But that's all right.
I don't like the fact that the Raiders still haven't addressed their horrible secondary. They have not addressed this in the free agency season. They still haven't even came close to addressing it in the
The Raiders this year, if they don't address their secondary, their defense, they're going to struggle.
Is that a lot of belief in Derek Carr?
Derek Carr, he's a good quarterback, but under top caliber defense, he do not see as well as he do with like mediocre.
Right.
He got to have a whole line to protect him. He move around. He's not a pocket passer, but under top caliber defense, he do not do what other quarterbacks can.
And I believe the Raiders, they're too top heavy when it comes to veterans. I feel like they have maybe too many veterans now.
Maybe too many veterans.
And not enough mixture of young talent.
And I think they really believe in that front seven because they put a lot of into it last year. But maybe is it too much faith? Because you got to remember, this is John Gruden's first draft in a while.
Yeah.
It's like this is taken into consideration at the end of the season where we're saying, well, how did John do it his first go around after 9 or 10 years since he's been gone?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess the safe pick is always the offensive lineman because if it works, you're praised for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I can't say he's wrong for getting a guy like Colton Miller. He's probably been this. That obviously means he's been scouting this guy for a while.
I hate to interrupt, but we just had a trade made. The Seahawks have traded the 18th pick to the Green Bay Packers.
Maybe they could help them use Marshawn.
I think Packers are going to go cornerback here with Jair Alexander or Justin Jackson out of Iowa.
And we'll come back to the Packers because right after that at 19, Bruce T, the Cowboys, you got a lot of guys. Calvin really is pretty much there. I mean, if he doesn't go to the Packers because Jordy Nelson is no longer there, Calvin really could possibly be a guy that works for him. I mean, what do the Cowboys do at 19 now that the draft has been shaking up so much? Talk to me, Bruce.
I mean, man, at this point, I don't even care, bro. Like, Derwin James is not on the board, bro. And I mean, we can go with the linebacker out of Boise.
Rashawn Evans is still there.
No, not Rashawn. Vander.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Yeah. The guy,
Rashawn is still out there, though.
But the guy, the Vander Bosch guy, he has the measurables of Brian Urlacher. He didn't pass. 5 teams in the NFL flagged him on the physical because of his neck. He wears a neck brace.
That's
so
why
that's a red flag.
That's
but
a red flag.
If we can get him, he can be a Brian Urlacher type of player.
I honestly think those red flags are going to cost him in not only draft stock but in his wallet. I honestly feel like he's going to go later than expected. He might. I honestly might can see him falling late first, early second because of those red flags about the neck injury.
There's nothing wrong with that. I agree with that, man. I really don't. Vita Vea off the board. A guy like Hurst from Michigan, he has a heart condition. So at this point, man, I mean,
it's still some nice defensive tackles out there. Tavon Bryant from Florida, he's a nice prospect,
like
first round talent.
JJ White, like player. Maybe Calvin. We don't know really, man. I'm kind of pissed right now. We'll see.
Hey, Cowboys fans out there, just brace, man. We just got to be able to brace.
Is there a possibility that the Cowboys possibly trade from 19?
I don't think they can afford to trade out of this pick.
With the way the draft has fallen, the players the way they fell, There's no reason to move.
Yeah.
Right.
Just stay your
And get
value.
the best. No, you getting the best guy on the board.
Yeah, you get the best guy or the best guy who fits your system of what you want to do, man.
And according to Mel Kiper, the best player on the board, one of the best players on the board is Rashawn Evans.
We get Rashawn Evans, you know.
Why
hey,
not? We have a need at linebacker.
I like it. I like it.
But
gotta
Calvin
make that
Ridley's
play.
still there.
and
There's
Calvin
a
Ridley.
hole with Dez Bryant. I mean, do you answer that and get him a guy that can run the 4-4? I mean,
No.
is that good for that? Are you helping him?
Only thing is, I feel like, honestly, the way this draft is shaking out, there's more talent, top to bottom, at receiver than there is at linebacker. So why not take the best remaining linebacker and then try to find you that diamond in the rough at receiver anyway? Right. Most of these receivers coming in, getting drafted in the first round, they've ended up being first round bust anyway. So why not find that diamond in the rough second and third round who can be that next go-to?
Yeah, the Cowboys pretty good at picking diamond and rough players.
Exactly. Especially a receiver. Ryan Switzer was a diamond in the rough for us. Cole Beasley, even Bryce Butler before we let him go. Bryce Butler was making plays.
I think we will make a play on the wide receiver. Cortland Sutton out of SMU.
Second round pick right there.
I believe that, but this first round,
To be honest,
you need a player that can get on the field right now.
but this is the thing.
Right now.
We haven't seen a receiver come off the board yet. And we are at pick 18.
And it shows because Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones said it themselves. There's no true X receiver in this draft.
There's
you
not.
have a guy that could come in and pitch in. And like I told Bruce a while ago, with Dez leaving, him posting up 700 to 800 yards, I can draft a rookie to do that. I can draft a rookie to put up 700 yards and 6 touchdowns in his first year.
Right.
And then next year we're talking about maybe he gets it all together. And then we're looking at
1,000-yard receiver.
So let's bring it down to a more direct team. We know pretty much where they're going, the Detroit Lions. Sorry, you think they could get a running back. Possibly so. Darius Geis.
Darius Geis, he's a beast. You watch his film, he embarrassed the defense. He plowed through defenders. He's going to be one of those running backs like Zeke on my level.
And go ahead.
Another team that a lot of people may not think are in a run for a running back. But watch for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe not first round, but on day two to look for a running back just in case things don't work out with Le'Veon. They'll still have a running back in place. Maybe somebody like Chubb, Sony Michel. If Darius Geis falls to them,
could the Lions go Nick Chubb? Because remember, before his injury thing last year, he was the most talked about running back before Saquon. They take Jair Alexander.
Yeah, they needed help on the back end. DBs were struggling.
Right.
They have a young secondary. Hopefully, their leadership on the back end with Clinton Dix.
How about them Cowboys? They pick at number 19.
America's team is up,
They
fans.
are up
America's
next.
team
They're
is
on the
up.
clock.
Yeah,
linebacker,
man. Yeah.
defensive tackle, wide receiver, everybody. Shoot, Jesus. What could the Cowboys? They're here now. What's going to happen? Do they help Dak? Or do they help the defense?
I know Jerry will make the right play.
Your favorite graham cracker is on the clock, Bruce.
Stephen Jones will make the right decision. I'm not too for sure about Jason Garrett.
Is there a wrong pick here?
Yes.
Not if they go linebacker or receiver. Neither one of those picks are wrong.
Take a look at it right now, guys. Everybody's
fans are going crazy.
What's going to happen with the Cowboys? We got updates for you right here. We're talking draft right now. Let's move on along right now until we wait for the Cowboys to pick.
I see that the Packers had addressed that defense.
They did.
They needed that.
They needed that bad.
And
they honestly still need to work a little more on the defensive line. They have a lot of A's on their D line. Clay Matthews is getting a little older.
Might have helped
they just lost Joe Thomas to the Cowboys. He was a good rotational linebacker for them. So this draft for Green Bay needs to be heavily focused on defense.
So I want to take it to the Cincinnati Bengals. Lamar's still there.
I think Lamar Jackson should go to Cincinnati.
Should they move on from him? Marvin Lewis has taken his team to the playoffs. Well, the last 5 years, I want to say, but hasn't produced a win. Where's the change finally happened for Cincinnati to get over the hump? That is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They need playmakers on defense as well. Their defense has been subpar with all the talent on their defense has been underachieving.
Just getting a little old and a lot of suspension.
Yeah, like they need to just have a whole new culture change in Cincinnati before I can really see them making that jump.
So I just got word from my boy right here that Dez Bryant tweeted that the Cowboys should take Calvin Ridley.
I mean, that's a lot coming from Dez, but I'm hoping the Cowboys don't make a decision just based off of
the exit.
Make the best decision for the team. Draft a player you think can come in and make that immediate impact.
Bruce always believes in his favorite graham cracker. That his favorite graham cracker can do no wrong.
My favorite graham cracker, man. I mean, he's made number of business decisions since '89, man. We let go of Tom Landry. We let go of Dez. I just let him go ahead and pick his players, man, and hopefully we'll win, man.
How much credit is starting to go to Stephen Jones? We know for the last couple of drafts, he skipped on
he's
the quarterback.
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel. He made the lineman.
He's a very efficient type of GM, making very smart and decisions that's going to help us in the future. So I like him. He would have to be a little cheap the last couple of years, but after next year we'll be able to spend a little bit more money in free agency and whatnot.
Yeah. Let's take us to the Baltimore Ravens. Speaking of Dez Bryant, he did decline the multi-year deal that they did offer him. He'd rather take a 1-year deal and then work for his money and incentives, I guess, the next following season. But let's say that the Cowboys skip on Calvin Ridley. Let's say the Lions most likely won't get a receiver. The Bengals won't get one because they got one last year. Could Calvin really possibly be a guy for the Ravens?
Me could, man. I mean, Joe Flacco needs weapons.
The Ravens do need a wide receiver, so Joe Flacco, I can't really rely
they got
on him.
Graham.
They just signed 2 receivers in the offseason. And the pick in?
No, it's not in.
Nope.
They're making a lot. They ain't even think that the pick is in.
I'm more excited than they are, and they're watching the
I'm
screen.
looking at the phone like, man, I'm waiting for this pick to
But
go
yeah,
in.
the Ravens offense has been stagnant for years, ever since the Super Bowl. They are also in the running for maybe a running back as well. They need a playmaker who Joe Flacco can hand the ball to.
So far in this draft, what is the most surprising pick?
Most surprising pick?
Or does Baker Mayfield still hold that title at the moment?
Yeah.
Not too shocking. Baker was the best quarterback the whole time. It's just with the whole process, the measurables made him not the top
Honestly,
number 1.
the most surprising pick that I've seen so far was actually the fact that Denzel Ward went 4.
Right.
I wasn't expecting the Browns to pick
I think
Denzel
we
Ward
sometimes
at 4.
undervalue a corner.
Yeah,
A corner
especially a lockdown,
draft.
especially a lockdown guy like him. We've seen what corners can do. Guys like Marshawn Lattimore, like rookie corners have always been pretty decent in these last couple drafts. Now they always hit that sophomore slump, but their rookie year coming into the league, we've seen rookie cornerbacks hit an all-time just.
And we see that with Jair Alexander out of Louisville, and a lot of mock drafts he was towards the bottom. So we see how much stock teams have in corners and how much they value.
You have to, and you see they have more stock in corners than they do in receivers because defense does win championships. You got to have that guy on the outside who can lock up. If you don't, it doesn't matter who the receiver is on the other side. He can get open and make plays.
So far, sorry, most questionable pick. The pick that you question, the pick that you say, why did they do it? We said the Raiders possibly. I said the safe pick is a lineman. John Gruden's first time around. We thought it was going to be Roquan got drafted earlier. Maybe they still could have went after a guy like Rashad Evans.
I mean, they traded back.
Yeah.
So
evidently they didn't like what they saw. I mean, this draft it's a strong draft, man. I think it's a lot of utility. A lot of guys who have a long career, but they'll be using spots, not stars. You know what I'm saying?
But now, who do you think was the most surprising?
I'm gonna say the Raiders because I don't know why they're not getting that. They need the secondary. They need their secondary. You don't got these people to cover up these wide receivers, or they put on the flex, or they got 4 wide receivers on the line. What you gonna do? You're getting burnt on every play.
Do you think there's a chance they might keep following the veteran type move and maybe try to sign a veteran receiver? They did just sign Darryl Worley, who was just cut from the Eagles after being He's facing a suspension possibly.
So John Gruden,
The pick for the Cowboys is in, everyone. So as we await that, I'm gonna go ahead and assume, and I'll say we do something special for you guys. Jared Mitchell will join us in a little bit to give us his pick. Well, Perry Coy come on and say what he thinks about.
Hold on, I want to get back to her take on. I want to get back to her take on the Raiders though.
I think since John Gruden is used to
the
way to use the NFL, used to have like we used to 4 running backs on the field. You fix that O line, yeah, you know how to use Marshawn Lynch. Maybe that can see the Raiders. Maybe get them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Possibly get the little stress off of Derek Carr.
I feel you.
So
I like that.
So like I said, you gotta help Derek though, because that's where it starts. He is a franchise guy. I can see John Gruden putting some stock into him. John Gruden, he's there for a long time.
Yeah.
So
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years or something like that. So the fact that he's been out for almost that long and he signs a contract for about 10 years, it says a lot of what the Raiders think about him.
The pick is in.
All right,
The pick is in.
to see who they're gonna get.
With the 19th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, my team.
5-time champion.
Hey! No.
5-time champion.
The team that picked Emmett.
22 years ago.
It is.
Sorry, I know you're not the biggest Cowboys fan.
It's okay.
But we gonna need you to announce this pick.
22
like
years
what they
ago.
could possibly do it. Hey, don't do that. We ain't talking about
Tony
so-
Romo was
See,
trash.
See, I told her.
2
I told
playoff
her when I
wins.
picked up from the airport, I said, look, now, a Super Bowl is a Super Bowl. It don't matter when it came. Because if I go inside of that stadium, what's in the trophy case? The
Championships.
The new era.
Now,
That
y'all
was the
just
past.
making-
This the present.
because
This the
we
present.
ain't making the
This
little
the present.
lollipop jokes, the little ring pop jokes no more. And
Y'all can't
finally
do that
got
no
some-
more. Y'all can't do
Other
it
than the
no
kid, what Donovan McNabb, you said the little
Oh, the
chunk-
Campbell's Chunky
The
soup.
Campbell's Chunky soup. No, the Cowboys go
Leighton
Leighton Vander-ish.